Welcome to the MFR Coaches podcast, where we talk about how you can create a six-figure MFR practice. I'm your host, Heather Hommel. Not only have I been practicing MFR for 11 years, I'm also a life and business coach, especially for MFR therapists. My goal is for you to understand how to get fully booked, how to talk to your clients, and how to make sure they understand what's possible for them with MFR treatment. I'm here to help you stop under-earning, overworking, and burning out. I'll lend support so you can create the MFR practice you've always wanted. Learn how you can do it too, even if you live in a tiny town, and even if you're just starting out, and even if you've ran your practice for years. Let's go. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the MFR Coaches podcast. I'm Heather, your host, and also the MFR coach. I help therapists to create businesses that they can thrive in and feel good in. And that's me. So today we're going to talk about something that feels pretty relevant, I think super relevant right now. And that is how to keep your MFR business or start one from scratch when it feels like life is throwing everything at you. You know, recently we've had a lot of people getting sick. We've had a lot of uncertainty. We've had scary headlines. And then, we have our day-to-day personal challenges on top of all of that. Let's be honest. What better time to commit to your business than when you've got a lot of other shit happening at the same time, right? Like, I know that sounds crazy, but I want you to hear me out. Maybe you're going through a divorce. Maybe you've got an injury that you just can't quite get better from. Maybe you're getting married, your loved one is sick, or you've just experienced a major loss. Whatever is happening to you, trust me. I've coached someone who's going through the exact same thing. And here's what I know for sure. Waiting for things to settle down before you take action in your business is a trap. Life doesn't really ever settle. It just shifts and morphs and changes. And we either ride those waves or we get stuck waiting forever for that mythical calm moment that just truly never arrives. Think about this. COVID was 5 years ago. That feels like a lifetime ago, right? And also like it was just yesterday. But I want you to pause for a second. Where was your business? Where was your life 5 years ago? Are you still in the same place? And if you are you still blaming COVID or some other outside factor for why things haven't changed or for why you don't have the business that you want? If that's the case, it's time to pivot. It's no longer okay to blame COVID unless you're talking about how it forced you to get serious, to make decisions, and to build something stronger. I coached so many therapists during that COVID period, people who weren't sure how they'd survive. And now, 5 years later, they are thriving. Their businesses run smoothly, they're fully booked, and they have systems that work. They didn't get there by hiding or waiting. They got there by deciding to take action, even in the scariest moments. And I have to say, I started building this business during that time, and I had no proof that I could help people do this. I had no proof that things were going to be okay. But for the students who trusted me, we walked hand in hand through their businesses and made changes for how we wanted the business to be. Not for how can we minimize damage and get smaller and smaller. We made huge businesses during that time, and they just continue to grow and continue to be successful based on the decisions that we made together during that time. And the same thing applies now. Maybe you're worried about the economy, politics, job security. Maybe you're scared that clients won't book or that raising your rates will scare people off. I get it. The fear is real. I'm not exempt from that either. I can spiral out with the best of them. But here's the difference. I don't let myself live there, right? I might have spirally moments, but I don't live in the spiral, and I don't identify as someone who can't get out of it. I invest heavily in my mental health, my business coaching, and my personal coaching, and I protect myself from the spin out because it's so easy to scroll on TikTok or Instagram and think the world is ending. And if that's happening to you, please know you are not alone, but also please start protecting your brain. The world needs you to stay in business now more than ever. People need healing, support, and connection, and that's what you offer. Now is the time to make sure you're fully booked and making money. Not just making a lot of revenue, but making enough money to take home as well. Now is the time to double down on learning how to sell MFR and to really feel good about your purpose. I'm not going to deny things feel heavy right now. Some days are better than others, but that doesn't mean your business has to suffer. It doesn't mean you have to earn less money. It doesn't mean it's not a good time to start your business or to raise your rates. In fact, I've seen more people opening businesses and raising rates in the past year than ever before. And here's the key. Make your decisions based on facts and data. If you're raising rates, do it because you've looked at your numbers and you know the value of what you offer. If you're starting your business, get help. Surround yourself with others who are doing something similar and stay plugged in to support. Community and mentorship and coaching create resilience. And let's talk about your exposure to the news and to social media. No matter what your viewpoint is, if you're constantly consuming negative headlines, it's going to affect you. You're not superhuman. I think you're awesome, but you're not superhuman. I've had to set boundaries with myself and my husband. True story, I caught him watching 4 news channels at once on one TV, and I was like, dude, this is the biggest doom scroll flex I've ever seen, and it's not cute and it's not healthy. So here's my challenge to you. Stop feeding the doom algorithm. Stop watching and liking news-based reels or fear-based content. Trick your feed into showing you business success stories, funny dog videos, cat videos, recipes, or literally anything that doesn't make you feel like you're drowning. The less you consume that noise, the better you'll feel. And trust that if there's a true emergency, you will know. Remember when you were a kid and you just played outside until your parents called you in? You were fine then, and you'll be fine now too. Lastly, I want you to take action. Do something different today. Do something empowering today. Book that consult call, post the reel, write the email, make the scary ask. If you're raising your rate, do it with data and confidence, not from looking at what other people are doing. If you're starting your business, take the first messy action step. Your future self will thank you so much and be so proud of you for making these decisions today. You don't have to wait for the world to feel safe. You create safety by taking action and staying connected to your mission. You've got this, and if you need help, I'm right here. I also want you to start thinking about what's next for you. If your business is set up and running well, or even if it's set up but feels stressful, this is your moment to prepare for the next level. In the coming weeks, I'll be sharing more about my mastermind and exactly how we help you evolve from having a solid foundation into becoming a confident, calm CEO who can weather any storm. Inside the mastermind, we focus on growing your business sustainably, increasing your owner's pay, and building the systems and mindset that allow you to lead with clarity and ease. So stay tuned. Enrollment for the mastermind begins on May 5th, and I can't wait to show you what's possible for you. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll be back with another episode soon. Take care. Bye. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a minute and rate and review the podcast. I appreciate it. For more information, please follow me on Facebook and Instagram at The MFR Coach. And check out my website, www.themfrcoach.com for more information. If you are currently not working 20 hours or less and making 6 figures in your MFR business, I want to help you change that. Make sure you tune into the show and get on my email list so you never miss out on important trainings and information. To be the first to find out when we are enrolling next for my 12-month Business Foundations coaching program, get on that email list at www.themfrcoach.com/join. Inside this program, you'll learn how to raise your rate, overcome objections, and sell MFR. You'll become the MFR therapist that never under-earns and never burns out. It's up to us to make MFR mainstream, and it starts with you and your successful MFR practice. See you next week.